Yeah, one
Okay,
second. Let me start.
we start. What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode. Finally,
Ramadani and what do you call it? Blowing off steam, yeah? In
but
Ramadan.
we're not actually. Fun fact: last episode was the first episode none of us smoked.
Oh yeah?
Did you realize that?
Oh no, I don't.
I
I
it
have
was
I have my thing, but I can't smoke because right
yeah
now it's fasting time.
yeah we can't smoke, so
Yeah.
we're gonna have a a what a month of non-smoking episodes, four non-smoking episodes.
Or what we can do is we
It's
can
film later,
do it
yeah,
after the iftar, after we eat.
yeah.
And then if anybody watches this, it's like we get their sins, you know?
Mm. Yeah. No, I like that you said if anybody watches this, like we're one of the
The few podcasts that are like underground, that's what I like to call them. You
underground.
know?
Yeah.
Yeah, when people ask me like, Ahmed, why aren't you famous in Russia? I was like, I left that to a certain Canadian,
Mm,
but mostly because I did underground comedy, you know?
yeah. Oh my God, man. I wanted to complain.
Yeah, yeah, go complain.
Well, not really complain, just shit on myself a little bit. I was hosting after like I usually don't host the open mics because one, I would rather work on my material than
Yeah,
host, and then just like I want the others to do it. So there was no one to do the hosting, so I had to host last Saturday.
yeah,
And oh my God, like literally half a room, less than half a room, like eight people
yeah,
or something like that. Maybe 12, 8 to 12 people.
yeah. Well, that's a good number
Nothing landed. Nothing.
from
Like
you and the other comedians,
from me and
or
and the other comedians, like what like some generic jokes would hit, like
yeah,
not from me, but from other comedians.
of course, because you're not generic, Omar. Yeah, yeah,
I,
yeah, we
I
get
try to. I try to. No, like
it.
the thing is, I didn't want to do my tested material, so I went with the
Yeah,
untested material,
yeah.
and it was
Okay.
all bad.
Yeah.
So that was it sucked.
Well, I saw a video of one of the comedians, and there is something that is very weird. You guys keep on doing, which is actually very interesting because it's not only you guys. It's a lot of well, stand-up venues, whatever.
Hmm.
You don't get the people who are in the back to the front.
Hmm. Was it from the last Saturday? Are you sure that the
That
video?
was this Saturday when I was watching it. Like they were like the front seats.
Uh,
There was like one or two people maybe, but most it was like from that angle it looked like there's nobody sitting in the front,
so
you know?
when I hosted, there was n only the comedians were at the back. All the audience members were at the front.
Uh-huh. I want to check, but because it looked like there was literally no one. Yeah, well, yeah, that's what it looked like. There's no one. I
Hmm.
was like, wait, and now you like when you say 8 to 12, yeah, man. Yeah, 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 I can see it. There it is. It's in front of me.
Okay.
Yeah.
I wish we could
Like
pull it out,
like
but we can't.
there's like one table, two tables, like three tables. There's nobody sitting in where the comedian walks to the.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. But like the everyone was at the front rows. I would say like yeah, like there was the two tables next to the stage,
Yeah,
like in front of
yeah. It looked
nobody.
like empty.
Yeah,
Ah,
I
okay.
don't know, man.
No,
Yeah.
then my mistake. But man, no, just yeah, get them because it makes it gets that feeling, that weird feel. Like I remember in stand-up store when the C disease happened, you know,
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Hillary. Never mind. Uh, um, when that happened and they like kind of separated the tables a little bit far from each other, it was such a bad thing because and it's like we didn't have many people, you
Mm.
know, like we had 15 to 30 people. but it still felt so empty when they're like, you know,
Like
when
apart.
yeah, when they're apart. And now when it's like the front is kind of, it seems nobody's there, it gives this feeling that we're only sitting here. There's nobody
Mm.
sitting behind us, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like the only people who might see oh, that, oh, there are a number of people, are people in the back,
Mm-hmm.
you know?
Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
in the front and the middle, they don't. They only see like those two or three tables, and
Mm-hmm.
it makes it just seem empty. And that what sometimes gets people to not laugh, you know, shy, whatever, all that. But yeah, but you're saying that it wasn't that.
It wasn't that, man. It was
I'm trying to give you an excuse, man.
no, 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 no. I don't want to excuse. Here's my only excuse. I was tired. That's the only excuse I would accept because
Uh,
before I had like a 3 hours of sleep that day,
yeah,
so I was tired. So I was like, yeah, but no, man, it was wow. I was like surprised. Like at one point, I was just okay. I'm gonna roll with it. So I just kept doing bad jokes on purpose, and I would introduce comedians to bad jokes.
yeah,
And then I'm like, yeah, you figure it out now. Like I did my best. Like they're not laughing at my jokes, but some comedians they enjoyed themselves in the sense like I like they could get like them smiling or doing something, which I also even got, but like,
yeah. But it's a smile.
yeah.
Yeah, I get it. I get it.
And
Well, a smile is a smile. Yeah,
there's also the worst kind of audience member, which is like this girl. I did a joke about how where I say like I think if a bad person does something ultimately good for society, we should forgive them. That's why
yeah.
I think we should forgive Hitler. Maybe you know that joke.
No, I don't remember. No.
That's why
Okay.
I think we should forgive Hitler because Hitler killed Hitler. And then
Yeah.
and then I would go on with it and I just continue with the joke. But this girl goes, "That's not true. Actually, it's debated if he killed himself." And I'm like, "Who cares? Just let me."
It's not, you know what's so funny? It's not even debated. That's like yeah, she's just, oh, you know what, who she is? She's one of those the Twitter people.
Yeah, yeah. And
Yeah.
I even got to like I was just thought it was kind of good was like funny which is like when she goes I go it's like why do you think it's not true and she goes oh well I read about Hitler and I'm like oh you're the other person who I know that reads about Hitler like the same after me nothing it was like just and you wanna know a weirder thing for
Did you ask her why were you reading about Hitler?
I don't
That
remember
would be, that
maybe
would be an interesting question. Yeah, four people.
for commu performers text me and they're like, one goes, "Hey, I'm sick. My kid was sick, and now I'm sick." I'm like, "Okay." Second person goes, "I'm not. I'm feeling. I don't feel well." Another person goes, "I'm sick," and one chick, I forgot what the fuck she said.
Yeah,
But one person who said, "I'm not feeling well," next day goes to a different English show, and I'm like, "Are you really
yeah,
feeling
no
not well,
problem.
or are you just stupid to like you didn't fucking?" Oh, I
Well,
shouldn't be swearing, man.
yeah,
Jeez.
yeah, you shouldn't be swearing. Well,
Yeah.
you know what's the idea? It's there's no, how do you call it? They know that they're not gonna get banned. They know that they're not gonna get what do
Yeah.
you call it? Anything. So they're like, oh well, I can do whatever I want. It's your time, not mine.
Yeah, I get it. For me, it's like that's why I like kind of got like so because we usually have to sign up like 10 comedians. I signed up everyone
Yeah,
just because I had a gut feeling like some of those people are gonna like quit on me. Yeah,
it's
weird, weird.
fine,
Yeah.
man. It's fine. It's funny because you know what's interesting in
Mm-hmm.
Russian. I remember this on Russian stand-up. If you do this, when did they cancel on you? Like the same day, the same
Oh,
hour?
like a couple of hours before the show.
Yeah. In Russian stand-up, if you do that, you get like banned.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like
Uh,
if you guess like
yeah.
at least a day early, then yeah, you're
Yeah.
good. But like an hour before,
No, they tell them either a day early or like in the morning,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
you know. Uh, Well, of course, it happens that there's some leniency, you know. But like I remember this, and in English, when we used to put like these rules, like you do this, blah, blah, and people didn't do it, but they still do it in English, in Russian. I was like,
Mm.
what the hell is the difference? You know?
Yeah, for me, the only thing I care about is if you're gonna be late, just text me. That's the only thing I care about. Like
Yeah,
I had one like this one girl started recently performing with us. She texted me like, "Hey, I'm not gonna be here today, blah blah blah. Sorry." And I didn't read the message, but I saw the message. I knew she wasn't, but I didn't read the message.
yeah,
And then she like freaking
appeared.
not appeared. She just texted other people to text me. Then when I texted in the comedian chat because everyone was late, I'm like, "Hey, where is everyone?"
Yeah,
She texts me again, says, "Hey, I hope you read my message. I'm not gonna be here today." I'm like, "Yeah, I get it. It's fine. Just you don't have to like."
man, you guys should be kind of more because I've been reading the "Hey guys, where are you?"
Mm.
and it's like, wait, why aren't they there like 30 minutes before or 10 minutes before or whatever minutes before?
Oh yeah, no, no.
Like like I when sorry man, when like you should run a tighter ship, man.
I know, but because here's the thing, I literally just with some people, I just like what the heck can I do? Like, okay, I tell them because I say come at least 15 minutes before the show.
Yeah.
They don't come. What else should I do? Like, I'm like,
Well, here's the thing. What I want to I thought you were gonna say, well, I'm also late, so what do you do? But no.
no, I'm always on time. But the
Yeah,
worst,
that's the idea. Yeah,
uh-huh, the
yeah,
worst kind of late for me was doing like a special show or a paid show, and then you're late.
yeah,
I like one time like I had like I was doing the stand-up store I was hosting,
yeah,
and the headliner was the only one who came. And we're starting in 5 minutes,
yeah. See?
and I'm like, okay, well then you're going first. Sorry, dude.
Yeah, well, that is bad, man. To be
Yeah,
honest,
yeah.
it's bad for you for the like. Again, it's not about how can you say it? It's not about this. Let's if I want to put the show itself to the side, yeah,
mm-hmm,
it's about you yourself. You get what I'm saying? Like I remember this. And for me, I remember I was a bit stricter. If I remember correctly, if my
well,
if my age hasn't gotten to me. But yeah, like
y-
if you give
y-
them this, and you know what my point is that if they do the same in another show, in a Russian show,
mm-hmm.
yeah, they'll be like, what? You know?
Also, well, it depends on which comedian does it. Like,
Well, then again, listen. Of course, everybody has their excuses, right?
yeah.
But when you repeat the same excuse once and twice and three times, four times, you know, like I don't know. This should run a tighter ship, man. Like this is very. Uh,
Yeah, but in my head, is like, if a person is late, there's nothing I can do about it. Like,
oh,
there's no
you know what?
penalty.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. But the idea is that it's why they're late. That's what I always think of.
Uh-huh.
It's not the penalty. Like you don't want to punish anybody. It's not like the army. Listen, everybody that has to do 50 push-ups with a microphone,
Yeah. Yeah.
you know, because Omar was late or Abed was late or whatever. But it's the why. Like some of them actually, I remember this because I was one of these people. I was like, they'll wait for me, you know.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
The show won't go anywhere. I will always have this, you know. And then I remember, and then I started doing Russian stand-up,
Mm-hmm.
like properly,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
you know. And I was like, wow, these guys like are very strict. And then I noticed that the comedians who were late with me, yeah, in English, they were not late in Russian.
Mm. Okay.
You know, I was like, wait, you just had a headache like yesterday, and now you're here, like as you said, and now you're here, no problem. What's up with that? What's up with that? And then I was like, no, no, like, and it's what's more of it is that
Mm-hmm.
it takes time from you because you're the one who's dedicating your time. Unless you're
Mm-hmm.
getting paid, so well,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
you know?
It it's a sucky thingy to be. I hate to again. I'm saying worst thing about stand up is if you're organizing it, that sucks. Like organizing stand up sucks to be honest.
That's annoying, yeah. It
I
can be annoying. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
because there's for me it's too much factors that are out of your control. Like running a
Well,
comedian late, if the comedian is late, like stuff like that, like
that's the thing. Then you have to kind of narrow it down to make it like the least. Like for example, you say a lot of things are out of your hand. Comedians late, yeah.
yeah.
How you can how do you call it? Deal with that
Mm-hmm.
before the show. Put a lineup,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
you know.
Mm-hmm.
Just put a lineup. Again, I'm not saying that you guys should do that, yeah, because again, we go back to the reasons of people doing comedy. But it's something to make them at least respect,
Mm-hmm.
the craft that we do, because it's very annoying when even the comedians themselves take it fully. Sorry, I'm shaking the thing.
That's fine.
Comedians themselves don't take it as seriously as you do, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm spending 4 hours of my time to get from A to Z, and you guys don't do anything. You just come here 5 minutes and leave, and I'm like the one who carry all of this on their shoulders. That's annoying. But like, yeah, so like comedians getting late, that's easy. Just literally line up. Here's how many people are gonna perform. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like here's are the performers. This is your lineup. If you're late, uh, like you can either how do you call it? Like switch with someone else.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Or don't show up next time. Don't how do you call it? Don't sign up next time. Don't sign up next week. You
Yeah.
know. But then again, it comes to the reasons, comes to all of this. But I remember, man, I remember this that in English when
Mm-hmm.
we used to perform, we were talking about this. We were even talking about the 3, 5, 7 minute rule.
Yeah, 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 yeah. I remember that.
Yeah, and the organizers of the club at the time, they were like, "Oh, this will make comedians not perform. They will be like, we need comedians to perform," which I agree.
Mm-hmm.
At the same time, I was like, but that's better for like it makes you filter instantly. Plus comedy has its appeal, it will make them the moment they get that first laugh, it will make them want to crave for more.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's just interesting, man. Like we were doing an Arabic improv show.
I saw, yeah.
Yeah,
On
like
Instagram.
oh man, it wasn't good.
Oh, really?
It wasn't good.
In
Uh,
videos you made it look good.
oh no, that was the English.
Oh, an Arabic improv
Yes, we did English, and the following week we did an Arabic improv.
with the
The
same
English
team.
improv was real like was good,
Mm-hmm.
you know. The although like it like yeah, but it's improv, like it can be better, blah blah. In Arabic, it was uh let's say this: the host. I have so many memes that about the host.
Ah,
Like so, I took so many screenshots of him like scratching his head having, smoking, the depression on his face, and I would just
oh,
like screenshot those. It's like
nice,
meme for me.
nice, nice. Okay. Well, at least you got
And
something out of it.
well, but on the long run, because for us, we want this Arabic improv thing to like show it to different like venues, organizers,
Mm-hmm.
promoters. And that show, to what point I did. So I took the English show, and
Mm-hmm.
tell me if I'm correct or not. I took the English show,
Mm-hmm.
some games from the English show, and we played some of the same games from the in the Arabic.
Mm-hmm.
Then I compared the wavelength of laughter.
Okay.
Man, it is such a like a contrast between them.
Okay,
you know?
but but were you sure that the people who came to the venue knew what improv was?
Oh yeah, 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 yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah. Like we had actually, we had quite a good amount actually. We had 15 to 20 people, you
Mm-hmm.
know.
And
They
how much
yeah,
were like comedians friends? Like what was the
all of them.
all of them? Okay.
Yeah, which is also that's a minus actually.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's what I call like a false audience, you
I
know?
agree with you because in your head you're showing it to the people to the people owners of the venues to show oh like we get people, but in reality it's just your friends.
Basically,
And like
basically.
the friends are eventually gonna be like, okay, well I've seen the show before, so it's fine.
Yeah. Well, it's improv. You can almost not repeat the same thing.
Oh, well, yeah, I was talking about the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. But on the funny part, like since you said like this about the friends this, and also when you invite your friends, they feel like they own the place.
Really?
Yeah. So in the middle of the show, it was so normal for so the DJ was also friend of one of the improvisers.
Mm-hmm.
In the middle of the show, the guys are doing improv. Some one of the DJ's friends just stands up and goes to the DJ and starts talking to the DJ.
Actually, the day where I was hosting and the DJ was like some new guy who was sucked, like he was
Yeah,
really bad. Like he wouldn't play the song on time. Like he would just stand up and move, go
yeah,
walking, and then I would introduce the comedian, and he's like has to run to the DJ booth to play the song. It's
yeah, yeah,
like at one point I told him, man, you don't have to try. Like just
yeah,
stop
yeah,
doing it, then we can do it without music. Like, oh,
yeah.
it's fuck.
And so yeah, so that's like the thing with the friend guest. But the whole show was it wasn't as good as the English show. It was okay. And
Okay.
but for me, and I didn't never want an okay show. Like, I want the best show. If I get a good one, that's okay.
Mm.
But an okay, that it was literally just an okay show. And the footage that I got from it is not like it's not as the English one. Like the English one, the ones I post are the ones that I took from my camera, from like the phone camera.
Mm-hmm.
For example, there was like 2 or 3 minutes of really, really funny things that I cannot use because when I was recording it, my friend from Russia called me.
Okay.
So, like, while we're doing the jokes, and you can hear us doing the joke, you can hear the audience laugh, but you can also hear the phone ring,
Okay.
and it rings internally. So it doesn't ring, you get what I'm saying? So it's
Mm-hmm.
only on the recording. Yeah.
Damn.
So, yeah. So that was ruined by it. The microphone that I have are so good. I don't know if I told you this. Like, I had them on top of speakers, which if you look closely at the footage, you can see the microphone
Mm-hmm.
on top of a speaker to take
Mm-hmm.
our voices. It was so good that it took maybe it's so loud, let's say, not so good. Took the voices of people ordering at the bar, and there's a door separating us,
Ah, okay.
you know? So, like, that also happened that some funny jokes, but it was ruined by people talking,
Mm-hmm.
you know? Oh,
But
which is fine.
but
Yeah.
why did the Arabic shows like as you're not be that good? Was it
Yeah.
like a host problem or?
No, it was a improviser's problem. That's one thing. Two, I noticed this. So in Jordan, again, we don't have the culture of open mics.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have the culture. Uh, it's there are people who perform at bars, at venue, like
Mm-hmm.
not at theaters. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
However, the difference is that uh, we don't have this idea of people came to a show.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They don't know. It's a comedy show, so
Mm-hmm.
they kind of have to be told what to do. When they come to a famous comedian's show,
Mm-hmm.
it's a bit different, you
Yeah.
know? Oh, we came to this comedian, we watched them, we will laugh because they're already kind of like hot. They're
Mm-hmm.
already warm. Hot. Yeah, they're already
Yeah,
warm.
yeah, the warm artists. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So in the Arabic one of the things that happened is that the audience that came, they know it's a comedy show,
Mm-hmm.
but they don't know exactly what it is,
Mm-hmm.
you know? That's one thing. Although like in the beginning, the host like did a few good jokes. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Um, the games were kind of like we were ramping up, and at one point, one of the improvisers. So we're performing at a bar. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
there's alcohol. People are sitting there. They're drinking alcohol.
Mm-hmm.
One of the comedians. I think you can go. You can see where this is going.
Okay, maybe.
He starts talking like uh, he starts talking about how this bar is for infidels,
Okay.
you know,
Uh-huh.
and he uses like the Arabic word for it, which is like kuffar. And
Mm-hmm.
by the way, for South Africa, that word is is kind of like the N word.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, yeah. So, anyways, well, there was nobody in South Africa in the
Maybe
bar,
you
but
shouldn't say it with a hard R. You should say kufa.
yeah, yeah.
It's...
And then it's the Arabic, how do you call it? Like
Oh, well, yeah,
the head
yeah,
stuff. So yeah, so he starts talking about how this bar is for infidels.
yeah.
Now,
Mm-hmm.
when he does that, there were some people in that bar who got offended, you
Okay.
know, and they started uh, like reacting, and they were like, "This is what the hell is this? Is a personal opinion? What the like? What are you talking about? This is not funny." And you know, when that happens, when the whole air is just sucked from the
Now, the people were the people who came to watch the improv show. The
yes,
ones that,
yes.
so their friends got mad at their friends, basically.
Technically, no, 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 no. So
Okay,
let's say it's just people who came to watch the show.
okay,
Let's
okay.
let's 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 put it at that. Like
Uh,
simplify it to that.
okay,
I'm not gonna say that they were relatives of the owner of the bar. You know?
okay.
So,
Nice.
yes. So they got really offended, and that kind of sucked the air out of
Mm-hmm.
the whole humor. Everything just. But we managed to get it back. We managed to make them laugh.
Okay.
Yeah. The one thing that happened is that the improvisers, us as improvisers,
Mm-hmm.
like three of us are fairly like new. Not new. One of them, for example, did not improvise for 2 years. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Another guy, he does like these videos on Instagram, like, and he gets followers, blah blah, and all this. But it didn't get but he's still kind of. I don't know if he's new or not to improv, but it looked like he was.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Another like literally the only. So we were we were kind of like six people, I think. Two of us. It was me and one other guy who were like who knew what improv is,
Mm-hmm.
how to do improv, how to have fun at the same time deliver our scene properly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
And the others, they were not in that. Yeah. And that made it like very obvious,
Mm-hmm.
very, very obvious that when once we were talking about people who play doing comedy and
Mm-hmm.
people who do comedy.
Yeah, 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 I remember.
So basically, that's what happened. And because these people were not kind of like improvisers, it wasn't as good, you know?
Okay, I got you. Yeah.
Yeah, the scenes were not well like done by them. It was too much, even in improv, which is it's in the word improv, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But you have kind of a scene, and in improv, you try as much as you can not to break out of that scene,
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
you
yeah.
know? Not to say something that will kind of remove you from the bubble of the scene,
Mm-hmm.
you know? Like the idea of yes and. You agree with the person and then you add something to them. And if you say no, you negate what they're saying, and that might like cause something, although it might be funny. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I agree with. Actually, I agree with the no part. Yeah, because sometimes you need to say no,
Yes, 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 yes.
but
But it
also,
also no and, you know.
yeah, yeah.
But for example, if me and you are talking about us being in a room with curtains,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, in a restaurant, in whatever place,
Mm-hmm.
Bahamas, yeah,
Yeah,
and then
yeah,
someone comes and goes, "We're in a flying ship."
yeah.
That kind of breaks the scene, you
Mm-hmm.
know. But you can kind of manage it. You can like mess with it. You can say, yes, this is a themed spaceship, whatever, you know.
Mm-hmm.
This is Rick and Morty, whatever the you want to say. And that wasn't being done. That's one thing. The other thing, they were breaking the fourth wall too much with the audience,
Mm-hmm.
you know. Like you can break the fourth wall, but don't break it to the point where it's just nothing. Like it's the audience is go like, what's happening? Are you in a scene? What is happening? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And one more thing, when the comedians laugh at the jokes too hard.
Oh, okay. So they're laughing at their jokes too hard, or what?
Yes, 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 yes.
Okay.
You know, like you can have fun, but at the same time, you can have fun. You can laugh at the thing, you know, but you have to like quickly snap back,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and that was not happening. Let's say the audience were not like with us on the scenes,
Mm-hmm.
so we had a like it wasn't a good show. And one more thing that happened is the host, you could see that he got depressed.
Okay.
So funny, man. I wish I could like show you the picture that I got of like a few of them. I just laughed like the whole. It's 50. The show was 58 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
In the whole 58 minutes, because like I'm kind of like editing and trying to search for like funny parts, or for me, I'm like reviewing myself. I had like 58 minutes just looking at him reacting,
Mm.
which is very funny. But yeah, so yeah, so he got depressed really quick, and that and the audience saw that,
Okay.
you know.
That's actually one thing I learned from hosting is like my best hosting tip would be you have to be happy. If you're not happy, fake that you're happy.
It's not happy. It's you.
Like
Yes, yes,
excited for
yes,
them to
yes,
like
yes,
oh hey, like
yes.
I would the one time I forced myself to do that. I had one of my best hosting shows ever.
Yeah.
And I kinda it's like okay, like, I kinda don't like it to be honest, but I think it's the best way for now at least.
Well, I'll give you an example. Like one of the most fun parts who I watched
Mm-hmm.
once I watched like Vasily Medvedev.
Mm-hmm.
I watched him host. Yeah.
Okay.
And you know, Vasily Medvedev is a deadpan comedian. He
Yeah, yeah.
doesn't smile most of the time. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He just does jokes, finishes jokes, introduces comedian. Like this is, but what he did was his character. He never broke character.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he got on stage. He told them what this is, and then like he did a few really good jokes. Did some audience interaction with his deadpan
Style.
character.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know, and that just kept the jokes rolling. And he never smiled. And he did not like. Oh, I don't remember. This was in 2017 or 2017 or 18. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
in the first Punchline Festival. Yeah, but if I remember, he did not break a smile, but it was just like letting the people roll. Like he was very funny,
Mm-hmm.
you know? Like, yeah, you can, but you have like your jokes have to be like on point with the character. You have the audience have to be with you, like relating to your character or whatever.
Yeah, but for me, it's like not about smiling. It's more about like the vibe you give. Like
Oh, yes,
you
yes,
give the vibe that like I'm glad you guys are here.
yeah, 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 yeah.
That's one vibe you should like. Apparently,
Yes.
they pick it. The like, audience can pick up the moment you feel depressed. Like
They're predators.
yeah,
They're
yeah,
predators. They can smell a fear. I'll tell you something, which was once this is one of my worst hosting shows ever.
yeah.
We did
Okay,
a double host. Yeah,
okay.
a double host, and I was so bad, and the guy with me was so bad.
I remember us double hosting one time, and yeah,
You
we
know,
didn't finish the show double hosting.
yeah, yeah. Oh no, no, that was like you got on stage, and we just had a kind of a banter between me
Yeah,
and you,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
right? But it was more of me and this guy would like kind of talk to each other and then talk to the audience.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I was shaking. I was shaking so much that one of the audience members was like, "Look at him, he's shaking."
Oof.
Yeah, I was shaking and sweating. I was like, "Shit!" But it was my first days of doing this. Now I'm like so used to it that what I started doing, and I got shit for.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Shit is it's an okay word. Shit is a like it's technically a scientific word. We can say that. It's not a
Okay.
bad word. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Before comedy shows, when like you want to say like, hey, here's 5 minutes to
Mm-hmm.
do blah blah. I would get on stage and do these 10 minutes and just talk to them.
Talk to the audience.
Yes, yes, yes. Or talk
Huh.
to myself,
Okay.
in front of the audience.
Here's one thing I remembered from the show I did like recently. So I was bombing with the new material. So like
Something
okay,
new.
yeah, I have like a good joke in the back pocket. I'm gonna do it. I do the joke, and this guy goes, he goes like to his wife. He says something. I'm like, oh, what did you say? I was trying to like be play, and he said the worst thing. He goes, oh, I just told her I heard you say that joke before, like last time I was here. Like,
Yeah,
fuck.
that happened. That happened to us so many times.
Yeah, I'm like,
That same thing. And I remember there was once when I told someone, I was like, and I'm gonna repeat it next week. So come here next week.
I should have done that. Should have
Yeah,
took it up on the
yeah,
chin.
yeah. That's the. What did you do?
Oh no, it was like the first half of
You
the joke.
froze.
No, 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 no. Because he told me I heard you say it like a year ago or something like that.
Yeah,
And I
yeah,
knew like a year ago I didn't have like the second half of that joke, so I just played off,
yeah.
oh, did you hear it at that show? And then I was talking about me getting kicked out from that show for that joke, basically. Like,
Okay. So yeah. So like, if you can do that, I took this idea. I was watching. I don't remember the name of the second comedian. I remember the Eddie Izzard and
mm-hmm,
another comedian, and they both like to improvise.
mm-hmm,
And they had like this big, not a big show, an outdoor show. And you know
mm-hmm,
what they did? While people were sitting, they were playing football with each other. They were passing a ball
mm-hmm,
and they were talking and they were kicking the ball to the audience.
mm-hmm.
And I remember watching this and going, you can do that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know, wait, is this even possible? Of course, it's Eddie Izzard and it's not Russell Brand. It's Ru- um I forgot his name. Long hair, like very funny comedian who just always improvises. So so I was like, wait, you can do that. So I started trying it.
Mm-hmm.
10 minutes before a show, like when you go, hey, like 10 minutes, you just grab the mic, just sit down, talk to them, wait until it's like the time of the start of the show, then are we ready to start? It
Okay.
just removed this nervousness,
Mm-hmm.
from me hosting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's just like I just had so much fun with it. However, the organizers never had fun with it.
Why?
Because they were organizers, because they only understand what someone in Germany or like more professional comedian or a venue told them, listen, here's what you should do. You get on stage 5 minutes before and you tell them, or 10 minutes before,
Mm-hmm.
which is like this is how it's done.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but they never wanted to experiment.
Mm-hmm.
And this is what what stand up was for me. And it's just experiment, like have all like do whatever you want. Don't don't stick to that box,
Mm-hmm.
of what others tell you. Like yesterday, not yesterday, sorry. Like the show, for example, which you had, yeah, you had like 8 to 10 people.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I would just like grab the mic, sit there. When I see it's not that many people, I just talk to them. This is what we used to do at Jim and Jack's.
Yeah, yeah, I remember. Like you used to do it a lot as well. I remember
Yes,
that.
because one, I was free, like literally, like nobody was on top of me telling me like what to do or whatever,
Uh-huh.
you know. And two, I wanted to learn, and I cannot learn by sticking to other people's rules.
Yeah, for me it's hard. The reason why I don't like to talk, like do what you just told me now, is that I just run out of talking points. Like, I don't know what to ask them.
Yeah, yeah, I understand. And so, but you don't need to ask, just talk. You, like what
Uh,
we're doing right now, just fucking talk. Astaghfirullah. Just talk.
yeah, yeah,
You
yeah,
know?
yeah. It's hard doing a podcast.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think we should do do it at times where we can swear and eat and you
No,
know.
no, no, no. For me, Ramadan is very important. I'll try my best not to, because last Ramadan and the one before it, I did not fast all of it.
Yeah, yeah, I remember this.
So this Ramadan, I'm trying gonna try it, like swearing, praying, everything, just not do
Oh,
anything
oh,
else.
you're doing like the
No, I'm joking.
full
Yeah, yeah,
house.
yeah.
Damn.
Well, I'm trying. Yeah.
That's good. Okay,
Uh,
wish you luck. Yeah, anyways.
Thank you, man. So yeah, but like when you say that, how do you call it? Let's do whatever you want. This is what I'm saying. If you have that space, you
Mm-hmm.
know, just go wild with it. If you have it, because it's man. Again, I'm here in Jordan. We don't have open mics.
Yeah,
You
yeah, I
know?
understand.
So you know what I'm doing right now? I have like there's a YouTube channel about improv,
Uh-huh.
and I'm just doing everything the channel like single exercise, single exercise,
Mm-hmm.
single exercises. So solo exercises,
Mm-hmm.
you know, all of that. Just doing it by myself. Every day I try to have like an hour to 2 hours.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's
in Arabic.
oh, but like how do you even like what do you like randomly generate words to play with or ideas to play with?
So the association. So you remember the association
Yeah, yeah,
word
yeah.
association game.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that's like a few minutes. I do a few minutes of that. There's another one where you're taking stuff. This is just exercises, yeah. You're taking stuff off a shelf,
Mm-hmm.
off a metaphorical shelf, or not metaphorical, non-existent, whatever it's imaginary, not
Yeah, yeah.
imaginary shelf, yeah. So each time I take something off that shelf, it has to be something new. I cannot repeat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Another thing is I do this is such a funny exercise. It's do a speech,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, and then use stuff around you and incorporate it in the speech.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like first I would take, for example, a president's New Year speech, and I would be saying, like my dear citizens, I've been doing very well with the shisha sales, blah blah
Yeah,
blah, and
yeah,
then just like do this like continuously, and this is like another like a few minutes,
yeah. Mm-hmm.
you know. It's because like again I don't have this, so I have to train myself. Anyways, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, well man, I would love to have what you had yesterday. Like 8 people, 8 to 12 people, just mess with them.
I actually so but now you've been doing improv more than stand up or what exactly?
No, no, no. I write stand up.
Mm-hmm.
And well, basically, it's kind of once a week. Maybe it's gonna be once every 2 weeks.
In
So I
English.
don't have in English slash Arabic.
Uh,
But what we want to focus on is English. But to get more audience, maybe you need to do in Arabic. Maybe like if one venue told us we want you in Arabic,
mm-hmm.
and we're like, you still haven't seen us. You will never want us if you watch it.
Okay, okay.
You know? So yeah, but something to train myself.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Because if I cannot perform, I have to do the least amount,
Mm-hmm.
to do that, and try to write with other comedians and watch performances of other comedians.
Mm-hmm.
So not famous ones, just like new ones.
Like,
Like just watch because like new performers, I like to watch them because they make mistakes,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
and I can see those mistakes, and it makes me go, "Oh, I did this, blah blah." So it's kind of like it's a memory thing for me, and plus I write for the future,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
you know. So yeah,
Yeah, I understand. Yeah. Oh man, but I was, huh?
yeah,
No, I'm the opposite. I hate watching new comedians for some reason.
I
It's,
understand.
it's, it's like, I'm like,
Painful, cringe.
no, it's not cringe. It's like you want to tell them, hey, do this,
Yeah.
but you also want them to learn on their own. It's like,
Well, yeah, and then they come to ask you, and you're like, "Bah."
yeah.
Like, so one thing I learned, a lot of people, again, a lot of people, not everybody, they just want you to tell them they did a good job. They just, when they ask you, what do you think of how I did? And they just want to confirm whatever's
Hmm.
in their head, except some people,
Yeah.
you know, like some people are very genuine about it.
Yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah.
they go and I put myself in that position. Like I used to go to people and like tell me what I did wrong. Well, not everybody, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. This is like something, but I get watching them. Like sometimes it's like watching someone play a game that you used to play, and now you're a master at it, and they're learning it,
Yeah.
and they're so bad. They're like, how to move? I'm like it's W, you dumb. You
Yeah,
know?
yeah, 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 yeah.
How do I read with your eyes?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Uh,
You
so
wanted to
yeah.
ask something before I interrupted.
How was your writing?
My, oof. I don't know why. I feel like I'm coming up with a lot of good ideas, but
Yeah.
they're not translating on stage. Like,
You know what's now the best thing for you?
uh-huh,
No, not for you, which I so envy you. Now it's Ramadan. Now it's like a good time for you to write jokes about Ramadan in Russia. Or
yeah.
like challenge yourself. Like, you know what you can do? Like it's 1 month, yeah? In this month, you should challenge yourself about something. Find a wife. No.
Like I wanna do something which is like work on like clean 5 minutes, just like from
Yeah.
scratch.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. Like one thing is I can't come up with any ideas
Man,
that
I
are
have I
clean.
have your opener, man. Like not an opener, it's like there's a certain type of jokes you cannot tell because it's Ramadan,
Uh-huh.
and then you can either do here's the jokes that I would tell if it wasn't Ramadan,
Uh-huh.
and then like, you get what I'm saying,
Mm.
uh, or like go with like because it's Ramadan and I cannot talk about this certain types of jokes. So now like you become like this generic but not generic
Mm-hmm.
comedian. Like what's up with the weather?
Weather's
Yeah,
weird. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. You
Yeah.
get what I'm saying? Like that would be a good like opener for it. I think that would get a laugh. Like
Mm.
they say, "What's up about the?" Like it's something very mundane. Oh, how
Mm.
about? King.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But like, I think I want to do like the clean 5 minutes. I don't know why. It's just like something.
Yeah, that's my idea. Is
Yeah.
that you like you use this mundane thing and then you go through whatever it is clean you want to talk about, you know?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And you become right. Like, I remember one of like in Ramadan, I had a challenge with a guy with one of my friends. He told me like do a show with your back to the audience,
Mm.
you know? And I remember I did like what one, two, maybe three weeks of that, just my back to the audience,
Nice.
you know? Do one where like you don't look them in the eye, you look down and like justify it, you know?
I had someone tell me like, "Hey, did you realize you don't look people in the eyes when you're on stage?" I'm
Yeah.
like, "Oh, I never knew that."
Tell them because I don't want them to fall in love with me.
Uh, well, it was after the show.
Yeah,
Like, so,
yeah, after the show, and then
uh,
marry them or whatever.
maybe I'm like, okay, thank you for ruining my, because I thought I had a good show, but yeah,
Yeah,
oof,
you still take it hard, that hard, yeah.
not hard. I just like I'm like, what do you want me to do? Like,
Yeah,
I
it still
f
annoys you.
for me, it's like, hey, you don't look people in the eyes. A good exercise would be masturbate with your left hand. I don't know, something like give me advice for me to help me. But if you're telling
Yeah,
me, I'm like, yeah,
that would be fun. That would be fun if you actually listen. You know what we should start doing? We should
uh-huh,
start promoting this. Whenever someone gives us unsolicited advice, we should tell them like, "Give me, okay, how should I solve this with in like in three ways?"
yeah, yeah, three exercises to help me solve it. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, like whenever they come, they're like, "Hey, you don't look them in the eye." I was like, "Okay, three. Tell me three advice. Like, how will you do it?"
Mm-hmm.
You know?
It was
Because
just
I remember there was once when someone came to and like told me how to get like how to perform whatever, and I told them, "And what is your experience?" And they had none. And then you know when they hear themselves saying it, they were like, "I should go away from you now."
okay.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
wanted to say something. Sorry.
No, no, no. For me, I really think like it's just like weird because like if I knew how to look people in the eyes, which apparently like I would do it, but clearly I don't. And I'm
Yeah,
doing something wrong and I don't know how to do it. So like
but is it wrong?
I don't
That's the
know.
thing. Like technically, listen, presidents don't look people in the eye. Presidents look at teleprompter.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, yeah, I
they
agree
have
with
like one, two, three teleprompters.
you.
So like, what? Why is that wrong? If it's something you want to experiment with, yeah. But why is it wrong? This is the idea. Like, why is that wrong
No,
for
but
me?
we stand again. You could say that you can look at teleprompters and stand up like the late night
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
host, the like Oscars.
Even stand-up comedians, by the way.
Yeah, yeah.
Even yeah.
But now, well, the good ones don't. I would say like
The thing is, right now, let's say, yeah, the good ones don't. But I think there's a lot of stand-up comedians, even famous ones, who have a teleprompter.
yeah, I know
Yeah,
about like so like I remember if you've maybe seen the what's it called the fucking oh the God
yeah.
forgive me but like
Forgive her.
the what's it called the Tom Brady roast like where the
Okay. Yeah.
I heard a bunch of comedians were talking about they're saying yeah like we had teleprompters we were looking at it and
Yes.
stuff like that
Yeah.
but I feel like
Yeah.
when you're doing your hour or your
Oh,
20
of
minutes
course.
then
Of course. But at the same time, like, you get some comedians who may. It's not that they have a teleprompter. It's that they have like points to remember where they are.
hmm
You know.
yeah yeah I
Like
understand
I remember when I performed with the one Russian comedian, he had like a paper, one, two. Like so, we had he had speakers on the stage,
hmm
and he had like paper stuck to them.
hmm
with like his set list, you
Yeah, yeah,
know.
yeah.
And at one point, I really wanted to grab it and just
Read it out
do
loud.
this. Yeah, I swear to God, man, I was like this close of doing it, but
Uh-huh.
I knew that it was like a kind of a big thing for him, that show,
Mm-hmm.
you know. And so for example, I may be able to do this with Ivan Yavis,
Yeah.
you know, maybe again because it depends. Yeah, if we talk about it beforehand, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But with that guy, I was like, I proceed out, but at the same time, it's like I can't do that too. You
Yeah,
know?
yeah, I understand. Like, yeah, for me, it's like if that was me, I would have never done it. Like,
Oh man, I was like, you know what? I was just kind of like inching closer and closer to the speakers where the thing is. And while doing my jokes, because I was opening for him, while
mm-hmm.
doing the jokes, I was reading them.
Uh-huh.
You know, I was like, I really want to just grab it and say, I just read stuff or whatever. But then again, I was like, okay, no, never mind.
Mm.
That was dumb. Yeah.
But like, yeah, I had this full list set on the or just like points.
Points, not the whole set, just set list. Yeah.
Uh,
Like, I could like, I know these are titles for like the jokes,
okay, yeah, yeah, I understand.
uh, or keywords, whatever. But he had it like on the speakers.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so like when we just went off. Yeah. Yeah, but like, what's wrong with not looking them in the eye? Like, I know so many comedians, especially in Russia, yeah, who don't look people in the eye. They look at the horizon.
Well, I know Mitch Hedberg had a problem, I think.
Mitch Hedberg, yeah, because he
Yeah.
had stage fright.
I, I would look at, but he had like the glasses, so it was
Yes,
hard
yes,
for you.
he had stage fright. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, and it was like, I don't want to say it as a disease, but it was like severe stage fright.
Mm.
You know, like someone who performs as much as he did, and he still had stage fright wherever.
Yeah. Well,
You
that's why
know?
the heroin helps.
Was it alcohol? Oh no, alcohol was
I think it was
the roasting guy. Yeah, him. Yeah, Hedberg
heroin.
was drugs. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah. Well, there's a
yeah.
lot of drugs and comedy, and apparently,
Oh,
like, I
yeah,
heard like back in like the 80s or something, people could they would offer like the venue would offer you to get paid in cash or cocaine.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. I would believe Robin Williams maybe got all his thing in LSD and like
yeah.
peyote or
Oh,
you
I
know
actually,
all drugs.
to be honest, I never knew that Robin Williams had a thing with drugs, to be honest.
Mm. Robin Williams was like maybe 10 years, maybe 15 years of his life.
Mm-hmm.
Again, this is just me speculating the number, but it was a lot of years where he literally like he was too much on drugs, like too much, you know.
Yeah. What?
But then again, it was the 80s.
Yeah. What's the deal with comedians and drugs? Because you think it's just because we perform at night and we need the boost?
No, I think it's because the rush, maybe,
Mm.
you know, maybe the how do yeah,
Yeah, you know, yeah, I was gonna say like yeah, probably the rush because you get this
yeah,
rush,
the
especially I was
rush,
yeah, uh-huh.
maybe the how do you call it? I forgot the word for it. What heroin does to a person, because heroin is not a rush drug, if I'm not
I
mistaken.
think it numbs you, like calms you
Yes, yes,
down,
the
like
numb, yeah,
uh,
calming.
uh
Um, what else? Also, some of them are actually like, well, I'm not gonna say actually, we don't condone any of this, but they make you write some new stuff,
you can't
you know?
now. Okay, maybe, but can you write while on any of those? Because I
You
can't.
know what's well, now what's so interesting for me? It's that mm, the mindset of I'm gonna do drugs and then I'm gonna start writing.
Mm-hmm.
Like how much like this like steel mindset of I'm gonna take a drug that's gonna make me like a pinball inside of my own house,
Yeah,
you
yeah, yeah.
know, or whatever. But I'm gonna now write comedy. But also, it's the experience, like because you, like, as I forgot who said it. I forgot who said it. It's like nobody has ever had a not one good story has ever started with. So I was drinking milk.
Wait, I know, wait,
You know who? I don't remember who.
I don't know why I have a feeling it's David Tell, but
It might be because it is a type of thing David Hill would say.
yeah,
You
there's,
know, you know,
yeah, 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 yeah.
it is the type of thing. But then again, to be honest, if you watch Tom and Jerry, they had a lot of fun with milk.
They did. I
Yeah,
I had something I wanted to say. What were you talking about before the? Oh,
how it
yeah,
makes you
yeah.
right. Yeah,
For me, like I remember, like one time I was did some stuff not Ramadan
yeah.
friendly, and I was just in the subway going up. Oh, these are such funny ideas. I wrote everything down. The next day I wake up and I read it and I'm like, what the hell was I thinking? It's nothing. Like it's basically like Wizard of Oz. I don't know, like what was like I coming it didn't make
I
any
would,
sense.
I would love to read it. I would love.
Uh,
Do you still have it?
maybe.
Man, that's very, I think you should like write it somewhere again because now you've grown up as a comedian,
Yeah.
you know? Plus, you have to take into consideration these guys, they've been taking like that stuff maybe before comedy, maybe during comedy, but it's been like constant thing of their life.
Mm-hmm.
This is where the addiction comes from, yeah? That it's just became a part of them. So it's kind of like like if you say about you, for example, one time did something and wrote and nothing came out, these guys probably did it like 100 times.
I guess the moral of the story is don't do drugs, but if you're gonna do drugs, do it every day. I guess until you're like great.
As in, and it's for drugs that are certified by a doctor and a pharmacist and everything.
Yeah.
We had to have that disclaimer.
Yeah. Anyways, I think we should wrap up.
Yeah, wrap up. Yeah,
Anyways, people, thank you. This is our first Ramadan episode. Wait for four more. Four more.
yeah, yeah. Four more.
Hopefully, we can get some guests soon.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have one comedian in mind, but I was reminded of. So yeah, we'll see.
cool.
People, please like, subscribe. Everything is down in the description. You can follow us there. See you soon. Ciao.
See you. Yeah.